What is it? The braids?
What is it? What is it? The
What is
braids?
it? The braids. Sheesh.
All right. So how did you feel? We'll go around the room. Your impression of the pop out. Let's start with Sheem, man. How did you feel? Well, what did you get to see? Did you get to see the whole concert? Did you see
just bits and pieces? I'm upset because I was on Prime and I didn't realize it was going on. Like I really wasn't tapped in. I didn't know the pop out was going to be on Amazon because I really didn't know about it. I didn't know about it.
I'm very surprised.
I'm shocked too, and I'm upset because again I was on Prime watching anime.
So you were on the app.
I was on the app.
You know what's crazy? When I opened the app, the pop out was the advertisement on Prime.
They did me dirty then. They did me dirty. And I'm upset. But I saw bits and pieces. They was dancing and stuff. I like the unity that I saw. I saw they brought the basketball players, DeMar DeRozan and Russell Westbrook was up there. I like how he did the play with the red Tupac hoodie. I noticed that early. I was like, oh, okay, Kendrick's on this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I liked how full the room looked. Everybody looked. It looked like a real W for the West. I'm not just saying that to be cliche.
It looked like a come together moment that a lot of people were looking for. This is to me, this is Black Album Hove. This is, one of those moments where everybody from the area wants to come together and champion their representative, their guy, their person.
It was good. It was definitely good to see just the unity that they had up there, and then hearing stories of people from other other sets and stuff like that, people who were maybe at odds or may have had street things going on, that they was up there clicked up vibing for real. Big Hit had his, not Big Hit, but Hit Boy's dad, Big Hit up there with the people, and I think there may have been again people who had previous issues all on stage.
Yeah, that was pretty big. There were people there were sets who've gone to war with each other. There were sets who've
I just don't want to misspeak, respect to the West, but something like that, right?
Yeah. Right. There was pretty much from what I'm reading, from what I'm seeing, there was a moment of unity that brought together people from different groups, and a lot of these groups, think about how long these groups have been around for decades. So of course these groups have dealt with each other in good times and bad times. There's the groups click up, the groups fall out, there's wars, there's things that have happened over the past however many years. And for these people to all be able to stand under one banner together and be like, this is our guy, was a big moment.
That was
and that's one of the reasons why so many people were so emotional in the end. You saw people crying, you saw people caring, because they were like, especially at the end where Kendrick was like, yo, this is a lot, this isn't about a beef. He was like, this is about I have family members that have died because of some of the stuff involving some of the people in this room. All of us have had friends that passed, family that passed, and all these different people. And so for us to be able to, let bygones be bygones and have a moment where let's all come together and just have a good time.
It was such a multi-layered flex. It was such a multi-layered flex. Even taking the diss out of it, Drake, nigga, you still got diss. Just for the mere symbolism behind all of that.
Yeah. The idea of I was able to move the culture. I was able to bring so many different people together that a lot of this has nothing to do with music.
Yep.
Right. It's bigger than it. That was a culture move. To other things I was thinking was this is a good moment for the culture of hip hop because we got the the climate of the obvious the killings and the beefs, which obviously a beef got something to do with this, but you see how he used his beef that he had with Drake and made it into a beautiful moment for his coast and his city. So I really thought that was fly. I really respected that a lot.
Let's start from the top of the show and work our way down. All right, so when the show started, the opener, first of all, it being hosted by DJ Head, West Coast legend, that was a good time. But going back and forth with hosts between DJ Head and Mustard was a smart idea. Having Mustard be able to DJ a lot of the sets with, Mustard's artists. So Mustard is doing records with Roddy Ricch. He's doing records with YG. He's doing, he's bringing the different artists out that not only is he DJing his sets of records, but he's bringing the different artists out that are on these records. That was genius. Opening up, I saw a lot of people not know who Tommy the Clown was. Tommy the Clown.
A lot of people didn't know. Y'all don't know about Crump, bro?
There's a lot of people who don't know about clowning. They don't know about, you know, the Crump movement. They don't really know about that dance culture that's out in out west. If you've ever seen the documentary Rise is
one of my favorite documentaries.
Same. And it talks about crumping and clowning and all those different like West Coast genres of dance. And it shows how this guy is a pivotal member of the community as far as out west, where not only has he helped, you know, a lot of at-risk youth find their way, he's helped a lot of people and a lot of families, you know, not only with the dancing programs, but I've heard stories of, oh yeah, this guy goes out and he finds funds for families who are struggling and things of that nature. He helps people save their houses when they're about to lose a mortgage. He helps, you know, he's a dot connector, like the OG dot connectors that were able to kind of put you in positions where, okay, my pops lost his job, X, Y, and Z. Okay, well, you work at a power plant. Hey, I think I know a dude who owns it. And then gets you this.
Got you. He's the one that's
those types of people.
Tapped in with everybody or a lot of people.
Exactly. And, you know, little fun fact, when the movie You Got Served came out, that character that Steve Harvey played is an homage to who Tommy the Clown was for the community.
Mm.
Oh, I never realized that.
Yeah, that was like the concept of his character was, well, in order for a thriving community to kind of be able to have those connects and have those things, you have to have that figure. There has to be somebody there who's able to make those movements and do those things. Right. And so that's what he represented. He represented that. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, that was cool to see him on stage, to see the kids, you know, that are currently clowning and currently doing the dance battles and stuff like that, to see them get a stage that big. You know, even before...
That was a good look.
Yeah, like even before the show started, the first thing that I noticed, I was like, you know, this being aired on Amazon is mad interesting. So I did my Googles, and I realized that the man over Amazon Music is a guy from Compton, black dude from Compton.
Really?
Never knew that.
And so,
well, that's dope. Okay,
this guy was the person who apparently sat there and made the deal with Kendrick and set things up. So when people were making those, you know, people were, of course, on Twitter making their jokes, on Instagram making their jokes. They're like, Amazon executives looking at their TV screens like, what the hell is going on? But little do they know, the guy who greenlit this is a dude who was born and raised in Compton, California.
Oh, that's so what's up. This makes the moment even bigger, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So this was, and even that to me was beautiful, because going all the way up from the crowd to the performers to even the streaming service, this was a Compton moment. This was a California moment.
Yeah.
Yes. And
that's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And Kendrick helped complete the mission of what I think Nip was trying to do.
Yeah.
So it was dope observing it from that aspect too, because I'm more of a, you know, I listen to Nip and whatnot. So it was dope seeing Kendrick do like the same thing, though, just try to unify LA in a big way.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think the idea of being that person who could go out as an avatar of your city, or as a representative of, you know, not just your city, but the history, the struggle, the positives of your city, and being able to go out, get the resources and bring them back. That was, to me, this was a full circle moment of probably his personal mission. Because imagine, we all know, like, I know I fell in love with hip hop when I was young.
Same.
So the idea of going out, making something of yourself, and then coming back home, but not just coming home in any way, shape, or form, but coming back home and doing, like, I brought home everything that I said I was going to go out to get. And here's me putting you guys on this stage next to me. That had to be one of the craziest full circle moments for him to ever experience.
He was up there basking in glory. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was dope. It was definitely dope to see that, to see like the reaction of the crowd. The crowd that was probably a legendary vibe in that room. Like, you probably can't, that can be recreated, but you probably can never duplicate what that was.
Definitely, you know what I mean? Definitely. The openers did a great job. A lot of the openers were, you know, unknown West Coast artists for a lot of people. Some of them were people that I'm familiar with, but I know that they're a little bit on the lesser tier when it comes to like countrywide notoriety. Mm-hmm. They had Bino Rideau. They had
Bino. People know Bino, right?
Not really. Not really. Okay. Like they had Bino Rideau. They had Kaylin For Real. They had who's another opener artist? They had.
Did they bring Mozzie out?
No, Mozzie wasn't. Mozzie didn't perform, which that was weird to me.
Mozzie wasn't out there.
But there's a lot of people that are on tour right now. Like I expected Vince Staples to be there, but apparently Vince was on tour.
Okay, I'm trying to think of other guys that's.
What's the guy you say he likes?
G Perico was there.
G Perico, that's word. Okay, that's dope.
G Perico was there. There was a good few people. Jay Worthy was there.
Jay Worthy, yep, another one I listen to a lot. Okay, what about Larry June? He was out.
Larry June wasn't there. That's another one that I would have expected. Okay. I would have expected him to be there, but he wasn't. But I feel like they did a really good job of giving people a very large stage to be able to be there, because everybody's sitting there waiting on Kendrick to come on, and act after act after act is coming out, and each of them are doing like one song, maybe 1-2 songs or whatever. I'll say this: out of all of the early acts, though, I ain't gonna lie, Kalen smoked y'all boys.
I'm sure he probably
Kalen,
he's dope.
Kalen came out and smoked them. Kalen and G Perico's performance was
nice.
What did he do? Butterfly Coupe?
No, he did. What record did he do? I have it written down. Oh, he did Right With It with Chris O'Bannon and G Perico.
Oh, that song's heat.
Yeah. That was my highlight of the openers. It was cool seeing even people like
Tyler the Creator was there.
Tyler the Creator smashed the stage.
Oh, he went up there too?
Okay. Other than Kendrick, I feel like the largest crowd reception was between Tyler the Creator and YG.
Yeah.
And with Tyler the Creator, it was his whole set. With YG, there was one particular part where I think YG might have had the biggest applause of the night outside of Kendrick. And that was when they did Tooted and Booted. Mm-hmm. And the crowd lost. Yeah.
Oh, what's up?
Yeah, they lost their minds on that record.
I can see that.
So that was dope to see. Steve Lacy had a good moment. Mm-hmm. Steve Lacy performed well, but that's expected.
Mm-hmm. Did they have Sir out there?
No, Sir or his brother D Smoke, or cousin.
I don't know.
Whatever they are to each other. Mm-hmm. Neither one of them performed, but I feel like I remember Sir being on tour on the East Coast right now.
What about Pop Anderson?
Oh, I was about to say.
You see how I set that up?
Where was his hologram?
Yeah, I was about to say they didn't bring the hologram out.
No, not that Pac. R.I.P. though. He was in the building probably spiritually too.
Oh yeah, most definitely smiling from the heavens and being like, "Don't let these Canadians ever play with me again." But Anderson .Paak wasn't in the building, which I didn't see.
Yeah, and everybody can't.
Well, we also don't know who was in the crowd, because SZA was in the crowd. There was a lot of people that I'm seeing now. There's people I'm seeing now that I'm like, oh, they were there, but I guess they weren't on stage.
Yeah.
Now with Anderson, I would expected him to be a little bit closer because of his personal relationship with Kendrick and Dre. Like it's kind of like him and Kendrick are kind of siblings under that Dre tree.
Didn't even know that they were close.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know they were close.
Dre, technically Anderson started off as Dre's artist.
Interesting. Now,
I never knew that.
Yeah, he's from the Aftermath family tree.
Okay.
Yeah, they're super close. As a matter of fact, right before Dr. Dre dropped the Compton project that came out at the same time as Straight Outta Compton, when he was working on the final edition of that Detox album that didn't come out, Anderson .Paak was one of the producers sitting alongside Dre working the stems. So he wasn't just singing. He was like on the boards and working the computers with Dre. So that's different level of respect.
That's fire in itself, because he's definitely a dope producer, just as dope as he is an artist.
Yeah, most def. But as far as the middle of the show was beautiful. Roddy Ricch.
That's your man. I like Roddy too.
Roddy had a set.
He did.
Roddy had a set.
I love when he was like, I heard I fell off, man.
and then just came slapping him with his.
I think he played the box after that.
Right after that.
Uh-huh.
Oh, of course.
That shit was fire.
I know he set the building on fire.
Yeah, people were going crazy.
I think people forget how
he's a youngin'. Salute that.
Because he's so young, people forget how much he's done in such a short period of time.
Yeah.
And they forget what he was fighting against. First of all, being young. Second of all, that 1 foot in, 1 foot out syndrome of when you're first
dealing with the gangs and stuff, right?
Trying to transition from that life to being a celebrity. Then when you add in having a generational first album, I'll swing on a nigga over Roddy Ricch's first album.
Yeah, I don't even say nothing.
Boy, listen, that is a generational first album to have. So I do understand like him having a sophomore slump in the opinion of a lot of people. People dragged him for that. They've never stopped.
Well, he's a dope artist, so it don't matter. You know what I mean? It's good that he got his flowers out there, you know what I mean?
And I love the fact that he also proved, because there's levels to artistry. There's a lot of people that people may try to put above Roddy Ricch, but when a guy can stand in front of you, play the keys, sing the vocals, do everything, and he'll sound word for word like you're listening to the track, that's a different type of flex where it's a reminder of I'm not them. Even if I fell off, I wouldn't be them. So yeah, I loved that statement. Now I want Mustard to go on tour. I want a Mustard tour because I didn't realize how easy that would be for him to do until seeing him DJ, and then he's playing his records, and then he plays "Me and My Bitches in the Club, and I know they know about each other," Paranoid, and Ty Dolla $ign come out, and he's doing the record or whatever, and he's able to do the Ty Dolla $ign records. He got YG coming out. He has the Roddy Ricch records. Roddy Ricch comes out or whatever. I didn't realize that a Mustard and Friends tour would be so easy for him to do, but so many bangers back to back. Now I want to see that. I need that.
That would be fire.
I could see a building going ham.
Because there are so many hits. And I feel like the dope part about Mustard is because of that time period where everybody was riding that Mustard wave. Imagine if you do a Mustard and Friends tour. When you're in Atlanta, now you can pull the random, you know what I'm saying? Like his and Friends can change by the city that he's in, or by the state or region that he's in. Because he'll have his main. Like here's how I would do it.
Then you got Yo Gotti coming out or something like that.
I would have like my main ones, which would be you have to have Ty Dolla, you have to have YG, you have to have Roddy Ricch, right? Those would be the three that you can't go on tour without. Okay, cool. Outside of those three, each region that you go to, you can do the and Friends and pull the, Mustard did beats for this person, and just keep pulling them depending on where you're at. Oh my God.
You might have gave them a play.
Hey, let me host one. I don't even need all of them. Just give me one.
Y'all come to Florida.
Do the Florida set.
Let me do one. But dog, like I think that would be such a beautiful concept, and I think it would be something that would like give him his proper respect, because we love Metro. We know Metro. We love that. Like there's certain producers that I know get the love and get the respect and get the wave of, damn, he had an era. That Mustard era was legitimate.
Mustard went crazy from the early 2010s.
Yeah, not even. That was mid 2010s, I feel like. That was like 15, right? 15, 16? If we're talking about... No, actually, you're right.
No,
that was earlier than that.
Yeah, like 2012.
2012.
At least like 2012, 2013.
Because when was
2013,
Show
14?
Me with Chris Brown and Kid Ink?
Oh yeah,
that's like 2013, 14.
Yeah. That was earlier.
That's what I'm saying. Them 2010s.
Damn, he had a long. That's a long run so far.
Yep.
Mustard on it. Oh.
Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, we let him get away with flipping that one beat like 8 times that one year. That beginning where where it felt like boom, boom, boom. It was just like a whole bunch of different. I don't remember. There from Show Me to whatever the other Chris Brown and Kid Ink song was, to like there was like 4 or 5 Mustard songs that damn near sounded the same.
Oh, I know what you talk. Oh, that era. That I know. It came back to me now. Yeah, we let it rock, but everything was fire though.
But the beat was so hard that no one cared.
Yep.
No.
And every DJ, DJs was so shameless that they would play all the songs in a row.
Show Me and Main Chick was the same song.
Yes. I definitely thought they were going to have a fan of a fan moment, Chris Brown and Kid Ink. I thought that was gonna be his new Tyga.
That could have been that could have been dope. Another underground West Coast artist. I was knocking for sure. Kid Ink.
Yeah. No. You know who ruined Kid Ink's career? My.
You think Brashay Greer? I knew it. But we talked about that. Though.
I honestly think that the show Empire ruined Kid Ink.
Yikes.
I don't know how.
Because the moment that drippity drop went viral, and then people, I feel like too many people was seeing Kid Ink and thinking of Brashear Gray,
off Empire.
Like that, I think that ruined because it was in the middle of his run.
I had a joke too. I had a joke, man. I was gonna say he was the original Lil Murda.
Murder night.
Oh man, we gonna get off that because
let's go.
This is about positive West Coast.
Let's go.
That's what people thought I was gonna turn into.
Yeah. Oh, I ain't gonna lie. Murder night is definitely what people would have thought. Because if you told them all them Reds and Blues was gonna be in the same building. And it's funny too, because somebody was like, there was somebody on Twitter, and I feel bad because there was a white dude that posted it, and apparently he's not racist, but he was just
apparently he's not racist means he's racist.
Facts. Bro's racist.
The statement sounds crazy, but his explanation to me made perfect sense.
What?
He said, I'm so curious to see how much they had to pay for insurance for that night. And as a white man,
that's actually funny. That's actually funny.
It's a crazy statement to make.
You're not gonna get me to laugh at that on camera, but that
was funny as hell to me. But when he explained it, he was like, "Hey guys, I work at Ticketmaster. Like I do events. This was I literally meant word for word." But it's funny because in the moment, like a white dude seeing all types of dangerous black folk in the building and be like, I wonder how much that insurance costs.
That
sound crazy.
It do sound crazy.
I'm sure they had to pay a lot.
Yeah, they probably had to pay a lot.
But yeah, y'all know me. My curious self, the moment I read that, the first thing I thought of was, damn, I actually want to know. Like, I really want to know how much that cost.
Did you look into it?
Did you look?
It wasn't it wasn't a external facing number, but I was, me, I was digging. I was like, this.
How much would you say? Like, if you had to say,
no clue. Because I know
maybe a milli.
Gotta be more than
that.
You think
gotta be more than that.
You think Kendrick put up maybe 2 M's?
Okay, because here's
2 to 5 M's.
Gotta be between 2 to 5.
You think he would put up that much money
in insurance?
Oh, absolutely.
In insurance?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Security was probably beefed up.
If it's a club, I'm gonna say this: if it's just a nightclub, so that's like 300 to 500 people. Mm-hmm. If it's just a nightclub, 300 to 500 people, and I'm hosting a rap concert with like 3 or 4 artists, but out of those 3 or 4 artists, I know that these guys got beef, these guys got street stuff going on.
Down about 30 to 50.
I'm gonna have to put down, like, insurance wise, I'm gonna have to put down a lot.
And isn't it like per person? Because
it's per individual, because your liability. So if somebody gets harmed, let's say somebody trip and fall or whatever. So think about it this way: if we're in an arena and it's like 90,000 people in there, that's a price tag.
90,000, and on top of that, with it being LA, now that I'm thinking about it, LA got gang culture everywhere. So in the crowd, there's definitely people from sets in there.
You got to worry about the people on stage. You got to worry about the performers. You got to worry about the audience, and insurance changes, because y'all know this. Everybody who has car insurance knows this. Yeah. Insurance changes by region. So now I'm also telling the insurance company that we're in Inglewood.
That's in Inglewood? Spike.
The insurance guy just laugh at you. Like, all right, buddy.
What street is that on? Okay.
Right. I'm pretty sure at some point somebody like, hey, is Bezos covering this? Like, you better phone a friend.
But that return,
that return nice.
Probably should be nice for Kendrick, because I mean, again, the show is stupid packed. And
and I'm pretty sure they're
all talking about it.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure when it comes to those types of situations or whatever, you're only paying for the coverage. So if it's like $1 million policy, you're not paying $1 million for $1 million policy.
Right.
You're just paying whatever the payment is to set up that policy. But I'm pretty sure whatever the policy is, it's a hefty policy. So
hell yeah.
That was a lot.
Just think about how much how much people pay to put insurance on things, like their cars or their jewelry when they have that type of jewelry. So yeah I could imagine.
That's real shit.
Nah, for real. So but that was one of the funny internet moments that I saw where I was like, people was in there calling him racist, cussing him out, all types of stuff. That shit was funny.
Nah, he made a lot of sense, and it would have been a good. It's a good racist joke. There
are good racist jokes.
Yeah.
That was a good racist joke.
Yeah. But
you can always tolerate a good racist joke.
Yeah, if you're funny enough, my thing is if you're funny enough, then it's cool. And I think that's how you get the Andrew Schultzes of the world, or the people who you know how you can tell. I can tell when a white person is a white person who surrounds themselves in black people with black people all day, but not the pandering type. The ones that are like, obviously they are white, they stay white, they do white things. Yeah. But because of the balls, like the way that they say, because they'll say the joke and there's no hesitation. Them niggas ain't scared.
That's why I rock with Gary Owen and guys like that.
I wouldn't put Gary Owen on that list, but really? I feel you.
I mean, he seems to do it.
The pause.
Yeah, he definitely had a crazy pause. He had something to say about him that he won't share. Respect. We'll keep going.
Yeah. I wouldn't put Gary Owen on that list, but I feel you. I would put Jerry Seinfeld on that list. There's certain people where you could tell, like, okay, I feel like Gary's on that other list.
What's the other list?
The I Want to Be Down Brandy head ass list. I don't like those. I'm not a fan of those. I'm not mad at it.
Yes.
But I wouldn't keep one.
I wouldn't keep one.
I wouldn't keep it's one. Crazy. Sounds wild.
Does that not annoy y'all when you have the I Want to Be Down?
No,
white
I
friend?
get you.
No, yeah. for sure. I stay away from those.
Stay in your whiteness, bro.
Yeah, I like
I like you white.
I want my white friends white. I want my Asian friends Asian. Yeah. Like I don't want that whole like yo
now,
like see,
now see I'd be feeling like and he funny still, but the person who I think does that, what you're talking about, is the Bert Kreischer dude.
I think he does that too.
He's funny, but he seems to do that. Hey, I want y'all to know I rock with y'all so much.
Yeah. See that's annoying.
Love me. Yeah. I love you. But he's funny though.
Oh, so you really know your comedy. Bert Kreischer is
he's funny though.
He's funny, but he's like a D-lister. So for you to know him by name, you really know your comedy.
Oh, I tap in, you know.
Speaking of comedy, the funniest thing that I found with the concert was, okay, so like earlier in the week, I saw this TikTok of this guy who was explaining to people, like, you know, just regular, you know, civilians like you and I, what the different hats mean in LA.
I know what you're talking about.
And I watched that video, and let me tell y'all, like, my eyes were opened. So the whole time I'm watching this concert, like, okay, Tyler, the Creator, for example, I forgot which hat he had on. I want to say it was like a P hat or something like that, or I think. I'm getting that wrong, I'm sorry. But I saw it and I was like, not Tyler. What? Like, I was so surprised to see all of these niggas that's either like banging or like affiliated.
Yes, yeah. A lot of
I had no idea. But
there was a lot of people wearing hats where they were like wearing affiliations, because you know there's also people who are affiliated because of where they grew up, certain streets, certain neighborhoods. You grew up on that block,
you can't wear the other color because you just was born on that block or grew up on that block.
Exactly.
Like, so the whole time I'm like, he's wearing a hat.
Yeah,
he got the hat on.
That's funny because I seen that same video. I was really educated. I knew about certain ones, but it was other ones where I'm like, what?
No, bro goes into like all of them.
Oh yeah, no,
all of them.
As a matter of fact, we're gonna go ahead and for those of you guys who are listening on Patreon, we're gonna throw up that video right quick.
We'll show love to the dude too.
We'll show love to the dude. You'll see his handle in there or whatever. Yeah. Go ahead and follow him, check him out. But we'll do a quick cutaway right about here.
Now this hat right here, pretty much Bloods and Brims wear this hat right here. LA County, Bloods and Brims. These other two hats right here, these Philly hats, these right here, strictly Pyrus. Pyrus come out of Compton. You don't want to be in any Compton crib hoods with this on. The St. Louis hat right here, BPS, strictly Bloods. You hear me? Even Park Village Compton Crips might wear this logo too. Be careful. Even the San Francisco 49er hat, that's Family Swan Bloods. The San Francisco baseball cap, 7-4 Hoovers. Remember that. This Astro hat, that's Hoovers all the way. And they probably the most hated gang out here. The red red W hat, West Side Pyrus mainly. But the black version of this W hat could be the West Boulevard Crips. They beef with the St. Louis hat. This also could be Watergate Crips and Hawthorne, and also some Mexican gangs will wear the W as well. With this Milwaukee cap, this is all strictly 40 Crips. I'm gonna be real with you. 40 Crips with this hat right here. These A hats right here are a little bit tricky. That could be for Avenue Pyrus in Inglewood, also be Cross Atlantic Pyrus, and also the Asian boy Crips wear that too. Now with this A right here, you have some Avalon Crips, you have some 40 Crips from the Avenues. Everybody knows this hat right here. This the neighborhood Crips all wear this hat right here. The 40s to the 100s, even more Crips wear. Nutty Block and Compton, got Schoolyard Crips wear that too. A lot of Crips wear the NY. Even got 2 N's in Long Beach. That's Vince Staples and OT Genesis and them. The Rolling 60s will also wear this hat right here, so be careful. Also got Southside Compton Crips that wear that too. The Stevenson Village Crips in Carson also wear that too. The Skillers hat, that's the Rolling 20 Crips, Snoop Dogg and them. They wear that in Long Beach. Be careful, because if you in Long Beach wearing a Raider hat, that's the Insane Crips and they beef with those Stiller hats. Be careful. Even the 18th Street gang is gonna wear this too. That's the Mexican. The Saints hat right here, that's Imperial Village Crips in Inglewood. Even they will wear the V hat. They will wear a hat with a straight V on it. Be careful for them Crips out there in Inglewood. This pirate hats right here could be for 456 Island Pyrus in Pomona or be PJ Watts Crips. Careful with that P. This one right here, you're gonna see a lot of Grave Street Crips and Watts wearing this one right here. When you see this Mariners hat right here, you're gonna see a lot of 40 Crips, Front Street Watts Crips, and even Florencia wearing this F right here. But this one right here, you're gonna have Inglewood families wearing this one right here. And they're even gonna also wear this other one right here. Inglewood families, these two right here. This hat right here, A-Tray Gangster Crips. All Gangster Crips is gonna wear this all around the board. Also, you're gonna have 20 Bloods wearing that, the Rolling 20 Bloods. You're gonna have some Tongan Crips wearing this also. With this White Sox hat, you're gonna have Santana Block Compton Crips, and you're also gonna have 6 Hood Compton Crips. This hat right here, you're gonna see the 30 Crips wearing this, and the Tongan Crips also gonna wear that too. This C hat right here, that's Cedar Block Pyrus. That's where the game is from. They bang that red C for Cedar Block. This KC hat, that's the Kitchen Crips. Be careful. This Green Bay Packer hat right here, that's the Shotgun Crips and the Payback Crips in Gardena. Now this D hat right here gonna be for the Harlem 30s and for the 40 Crips from the dark side. You hear me? Now this Bulls hat, you will see Bloods wear this. And this Cowboy hat, you will see Crips wearing that. I know. This M hat right here, all Mafia Crips. They all wearing this one. The Crips is gonna wear this O hat right here. All the O's from the 30s to the 40s to the 100s. That's the Crips right there. This one's a little tricky. You could wear this Clippers hat that say Clippers. That's fine. But once you wear this one right here, that's Lewis Park West Side Bloods right there. An alliance with Cross Atlantic Pyrus right there. An alliance with Cedar Block Pyrus all in one.
But yeah, that video's crazy. Right?
So when I saw that, after I finished watching that, and then to see it in action, all the niggas on the stage, I was like, oh, he's got a red LA hat. He's got a black LA hat. That's different.
Right. Yeah. And they're like, oh yeah, you got to watch out for the Raiders hat, because the Raiders hat mean like,
facts. Yeah. And this blue hat, don't fuck with this blue hat.
Now, did y'all find it funny? I found it funny that why YG always in church shoes? And it's funny because I got on church shoes right now, kind of. But I'm saying
that's his thing.
He was on. Like,
that's his thing.
That nigga had that shit on.
I wasn't knocking it, but it was just funny watching him in church shoes.
I feel like no matter what he wears church shoes with it. It don't matter if it's jeans. It don't matter. I've seen this man. I respect it. I've seen this man in basketball shorts and church shoes, and I was like, you know, the Mexicans love him. They gotta love him.
Why the Mexican?
We know what.
I'm gonna leave that there.
Hey yo.
Oh man, but that was dope. I loved seeing LeBron in the audience. I know at some point he wanted to get on stage.
That was funny. The meme where they said this was the moment Savannah said, "Nah, bruh. You're not going up there." This is LeBron trying to get up on stage and Savannah telling him, "Don't you get your stupid ass." That was funny.
Get your ass back here.
But Westbrook, DeMar DeRozan, all of it was just dope seeing everybody have a good time, man.
Hell yeah.
So we've gotten to that point, you know, fast forwarding through all the middle. Kendrick's performance. First,
so chill.
I loved his performance of Euphoria. His performance of Euphoria was very, very good.
Really? I heard he might have been.
Now I don't like
it on that one.
I don't like how at some point it felt like the instrumental didn't do the switch at the right, because I don't think the DJ was playing the song instrumental. It feels like the DJ had a dual track where he had, okay, this is the OG beat. This is the second instrumental. This is the third instrumental. I think he was manually switching from instrumental to instrumental because the way that it sounded, certain things were being repeated way too long. Like certain beats were being repeated way too long.
And with all those syllables for Kendrick that he rapped on that, I could see him losing his spot. Like
exactly.
When you make music, I could see how that happens. Yeah.
So that was a little weird. The beat switches didn't exactly match, but his rapping was perfect. Mm-hmm. His rapping was perfect on Euphoria. Now, I ain't gonna lie, he didn't perform Not Like Us perfectly, not one time, but it didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
He messed up. I ain't gonna lie, he messed up that second verse every go. Every single go.
He did it so chill though.
Yeah.
He's playing it off. He
was playing it off. He was stretching out letters. He was doing all types of. He was jumping in and out. At some point, it just sounded like he was just saying all his favorite lyrics.
Yep.
Like
the song.
Yeah. Like he was just jumping to his favorite parts.
Yep.
But at one point, you also realized that as an audience, we didn't care.
Nobody gave a fuck.
Niggas was here to have a good time. Everybody was dancing, and they were just waiting to scream, "Freaky ass nigga, stay your ass inside."
I know the building was shaking when that came on.
Oh,
the audience when Dr. Dre whispered in that mic.
When Dr. Dre
and the
said,
beat dropped.
Let me pull that up.
The people were like, niggas went crazy all up and down my TikTok. I've been seeing people's like reaction that were there when that part came on, and you just hear them going crazy.
Yeah. Hold on.
You ain't gonna say nothing else before we continue the party.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna just need a moment of silence for this. I see dead people.
Dog.
He really did that.
The moment he did that and the beat went
and the beat
off
dropped and he just...
And then it went to the dark keys that... Boom, boom.
No. It didn't go to Euphoria. It went to Not Like Us.
Not Like Us.
Oh, that's
at the beginning.
Like I gotta go home and watch this, bro. I think that's what I'm gonna do when I dip from the pod.
Yeah. It was literally the perfect performance, dog.
Okay.
6 times, Kendrick?
That was crazy. And the second time he performed the record, the audience did it by themselves.
Oh, yeah. He said nothing.
Hold on.
No way.
Word for word.
Yeah. Oh, so y'all ain't gonna let nobody disrespect the West Coast, huh? Oh, y'all ain't gonna let nobody mock and imitate our legends, huh? Let's try it again. There's too many options. Been a pass on this body, yo. Say. Certified boogeyman. Walking down, whole time I know he got some hold on him. Pull on him, extra shit, fully death on him. Say, Drake. Just make sure you have your little sister. They tell me Chubb's the only one that gets up. And party at the party playing with us. And back a kind of weird case wise. Certified lover boy.
That crowd is going crazy.
Trying to strike a chord.
Yeah, bro. They sung the whole... Like, I know Kendrick was up there, like...
That's GOAT status.
Did you every word for word?
I heard it.
Damn near the whole song they could have did by themselves, and they was on point.
Yeah, no, they were on point with the tempo. I was like, oh no, that's crazy.
And that just makes my point of what I was saying to myself when I looked at everybody on stage. Drake got his grave pissed on.
No, that was bad. That was
like that's the definition of how you piss on somebody's grave of an enemy. Like,
and by the end of it, bringing everybody on stage together to unify everybody dancing together while the song is playing repeatedly.
I don't know if I've seen a hip hop beef go in that fashion as far as like, I don't think that's ever happened. I think that's the first time something like that's ever happened.
Yeah, I've never seen anything even close.
Like Kendrick got GOAT level status. on this right here. I want to go home and watch it. I'm kind of upset
still get chills.
I'm really upset I missed it now that I'm seeing more of this. Please don't show me no more. Goddamn.
Bruh.
I'm
crazy.
like, I really missed out, and I was on Prime.
No, that was the crazy part. You were literally on the app watching anime.
We were out at eating K-pot Korean barbecue.
Oh, funny enough, y'all eating
and we got it sitting on the table playing from the phone.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna miss that for nothing.
Hell
I wasn't
yeah.
gonna miss that for nothing.
I don't blame you, fam.
Bro, what? It's funny watching like Kendrick handle the crowd, do everything. The Black Hippie reunion. That was beautiful.
So did they do the Black Hippie song, the Rolling Stone song?
No, they didn't do that. They didn't do that. But they had Schoolboy Q come out and do his records. They had Ab-Soul come out and do his. They had when J-Rock came out and they did that Money Trees verse.
Oh man. Shout out to J-Rock.
That J-Rock Money Trees verse.
Ab-Soul was out there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, and one of the most heartfelt moments was when, Ab-Soul has, I forget the name of it. Something, it's not a stigmatism, but it's something with his eyes where he's legally blind. So he was like, hey, Dad, you already know I can't see, man. And then Kendrick was like leading him up on stage or whatever, like they were arm in arm getting on stage together. That was such a beautiful moment.
That's tough.
That's what's up.
And it's like knowing what Ab-Soul has gone through, losing family members, him dealing with his mental health issues and things of that nature, and him recently revealing that, like, not long ago, his want to be here, to be on this plane, just like was renewed. So for this moment to come right after that, and you see like just the pride and the joy on his face being reunited with all the guys or whatever. And even Schoolboy Q, recently he had an interview where he talked about it. He was like, his fondest memories of his life, he feels like, are behind him. But he was like, his fondest memories are all of him, Dot, Soul, like that come up between them with J-Rock and SZA, like that is their core. So that reunion, you can tell, meant a lot for every last one of them, man.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear that too. They got that full circle moment because Black Hippie, for the blog era, was big.
Yeah,
we still want the Black Hippie album. Don't know if we'll get it, but we still want it.
Yeah. That was a great time. Seeing everybody come together on the end where they had all the performers, they had all the neighborhood people, they had even they even let the kids. They even let the recent kids from the dance group on stage to dance to "Not Like Us" and all of that. It was just really a moment of togetherness to watch. Big shouts out to everybody that put that together. I'm pretty sure that was because when I saw the credits at the end, I saw that was a long list of people.
Him putting Dave Freeze first is petty.
Yeah.
Thank you to all parties involved.
For real.
That was really fly, beautiful moment for the West Coast and hip hop in general. These are the things that make us love hip hop. Things like this.
And then the fact that like all of them were together and then nothing popped off. Nothing. A fight. Nothing.
And shout out to y'all for putting y'all differences to the side and making sure everybody got home safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was beautiful
for
too.
the bigger picture.
I love the fact that there were no stories afterward. There was no craziness. There was no. It was just a night where everybody came together, celebrated Juneteenth, went home. It happening on Juneteenth is so important.
Facts.
Okay, so there's jokes flying about. I know. Who I listen to, Geechee Gotti, the battle rapper Geechee Gotti. He made a joke where he's like, I know they in the crowd said the N-word part.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? He's like, Kendrick know better than to have them saying nigga up there on stage.
Yeah, I was looking in the crowd. It was a few lighter color folk in there, and
could have been the Mexicans.
The
Latinos,
they wasn't black. Yeah, they wasn't black, and I know they was. That's the first thing I said. I was like, they said it. I know they said it.
Yeah, that was funny to me.
Nah, that man. All in all, I was mesmerized, and these are moments that I'm glad that we're able to still get.
Yeah.
As somebody who truly like loves the genre of hip hop, it is something that especially in recent years, you know, people like to argue about the ups and downs of the talent levels and different things of that nature or whatever. But just seeing that stuff like this is still possible renews your hope for the future. It renews your hope for, okay, you know, this thing of ours is still, the heartbeat is there, it's still ticking, it's still pushing, it's still fighting and moving forward. So that I don't know, for me, that was just the most important part.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got like 2 years in a row though of seeing like the unity that can come behind this. Because to me, you know, I'm not comparing anything, but remember when D Block and the Dipset battle, like seeing
a lot of people compared this to that.
Okay, so I wasn't tripping.
There were a lot. Okay. There's a lot of people posting that they were like, you know, these two moments are
some of the biggest hip hop moments. Recently.
They're like, these two moments could be twins. Like these two moments, because the feeling that came. I'll say this: there's a lot of people that don't care about West Coast music, that aren't like hip hop heads, but you, after watching that show, you felt it. Yeah. And there's a lot of people that didn't grow up on Dipset. They didn't grow up on D Block. But when you watch Jada perform the way that he performed, the speeches, the jokes, the this and that, like, you know, Monet is somebody who, she didn't grow up on D Block and stuff like that. But after it happened, I shared those clips with her. And you could, well, you speak for yourself. How does it feel? Thing? Not the whole thing, but like highlights. How did it feel like as an outsider, but like being like taking it in?
I was, at the end of it, I was like, I was born and raised in Inglewood. This is my personality now. No, but it just, you could feel it. Like, I couldn't have said it any better. That's exactly how I felt. Yeah.
Fire.
So when watching that whole 4-hour concert from top to bottom, at the end, it's like you feel like you can. It's kind of like at the end of watching a biopic, where you feel like you saw that person's life.
You know what it felt like for me? Like, I've always loved the West Coast sound. Like, anytime like I hear a song that I like, and I'll share and Reggie pointed this out to me, being the music guru he is, and he's like, you fuck with West Coast sound in music. Like, that's really the type of music I like. But like after it was done, it just felt like I had just left a family reunion, or like a cookout, or like a barbecue. Like, that may seem like very basic Black description for me to tell, but I don't know. It just
there's a level really of togetherness that you felt when it was.
No, I know exactly what you mean. As far as, you know, comparing it to the D Block and Dipset thing, that's how I felt, is what you're saying. Like, I respect that sentiment.